Let's see, we got Alan P. Hey, thanks for joining us. And we got Caitlin as well. So, I am Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and welcome to my weekly live chat. I apologize for the not being able to go live in my garden today. I was really hoping to be able to actually show you what's going on in one of my gardens. However, we have rain, we have thunder, we have lightning, and I don't really want to go out in thunder and lightning. I would have braved the rain, but not the thunder and lightning tonight. So for those of you just joining me for the first time, welcome. For those of you that join me regularly, welcome back. I am Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and this is my channel. So in the description section of this video, hey hog legs, yeah, I'm not out in the garden today. I'm really disappointed that I wasn't able to go out there, but I will have some updates. So in the description section of this video, you will find links to my comprehensive planting guide. You'll find links to sign up for emails. Hey Inga, thanks for joining me. You will also find links to some of the t-shirts and gear. I'm wearing my Mostly Feral Gardener shirt today because I am mostly feral. Sometimes I'm totally feral. And so are my gardens. So hey Moonbladen, you can see right up here the pink or purple there. That is the amaranth you see in the thumbnail for this video. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We've got a seed giveaway going on at Mary's Heirloom Seeds right now. So if you go to marysheirloomseeds.com, go to Mary's blog, and you can enter my seed giveaway. So behind me, I really am sorry. I was so excited to share with you my gardens. It was supposed to be raining last night and this morning. And I believe the bulk of the rain, the storms went south of us. Hey Lynn, hey Esther's daughter. But we've got a new storm coming through. So we've got thunder, we've got lightning. It was rattling, and all of a sudden got really dark here about maybe 15 minutes ago. So I decided to play it on the safe side. Hey Sandy, thanks for joining us. I decided to play it on the safe side and stay undercover tonight for my live video. Now, I will share with you a garden update. I will either go live or post a video to my YouTube channel and maybe even my Facebook page as well. And that'll be either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's, you know, one of the things I'm learning about Texas is if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change. So I'm just undercover tonight. Hey Wade, thanks for joining me. So behind me you see my gardens, one of my gardens I should say. So my, hey Kim, thanks for joining me. You may have some storms as well. So I am undercover tonight because we've got a storm rolling through. We had a thunderstorm, tornado warning last night, not a tornado watch. So we didn't have to like duck and cover or anything. But it has been a little different the last couple days. So I'm just trying to roll with it. Kristen says, oh, you lost your kitty. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you find your kitty. Oop, there's some lightning. We'll have some thunder pretty soon. So you'll see why I'm undercover instead of being out there tonight. There's the thunder. All right, if you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So behind me, you can see a couple of different things as well. Along this fence, those first barrels you see there, that is Czech bush tomato. Hey Jill, thanks for joining us. And I also added Chomboncino squash to the same container. So I'm really excited to see how that works. This is outside of the fenced garden. So the area you see behind me, this is the first garden I created when we moved to this property. It was in ground first, and it was rows. And the rows actually went this way. They went along the side of this back fence here. But the rain, when it comes through, flows from one side of the property down through the garden. So what I did was I changed things up. And so I now have the raised beds going this way. So you can see them going the other way. That way when the rain flows through that garden, the rain will come through those raised beds and not get stopped by those raised beds. That way the water doesn't pool in my garden, it just kind of flows through. So I've talked about this several times about figuring out how your property works before you start putting in structures. So that was one thing I learned, is that portion of my garden, it floods because the rain comes from that side and it goes straight through there. That's why I originally decided to do raised beds in that area. And it has thrived. You can see right there, the orange and yellow, those are nasturtiums. We've got some beautiful nasturtiums growing. This is my main food garden, but you also have a lot of seed saving going on in that garden as well. So I've got quite a few different varieties of squash that we're eating. And then I've got beans that we started, bush beans that we started, and we're eating those. And then I have a second crop. We're going to be succession planting for a pole bean, and those are going to be for seed saving. I also have only one variety of okra growing in this garden, and I've got one variety of okra growing way over there for seed saving as well. So we've got, I believe in this side, I have it written down so I don't forget, but I believe in this side we have Okinawa pink okra, and on this one I just planted the white velvet okra. So those come directly from our farm. I'm really excited about saving a bunch of those seeds again this year. So for those of you that don't know, I am Mary at Mary's Heirloom Seeds, and I try to go live here every Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Now today was supposed to be my garden tour, a very short, just one of my gardens, because the one behind me is the one that I go live in most of the time, but it's because I have the best reception. We're pretty rural out where we are, so I don't get reception in all of my gardens. So we've got several seed-saving gardens. Obviously, we eat some from there as well. But in order to keep the seeds from cross-pollinating, we've got multiple gardens around the area. We've got barriers around the area. And then we have just, for example, we make sure that we only plant one type of okra in here. Or we succession plant so that we don't have them both flowering at the same time. So there's a lot involved here, but this in particular is my main food garden. This is where I got a lot of my food from. It's pretty large, and I was really hoping to share with you the back side that I have left for, see the red? I think those are robins. They love our garden. They are eating the bugs. I have planted a couple things just specifically for the birds so that they come in and they eat some of the bugs that will be trying to take out some of our gardens. So again, we try to plant and work with nature and not try and fight it all the time. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I apologize again that I can't, no, Christian, I can't tour with an umbrella because we've got thunder and lightning, so I definitely don't want to chance it in the garden tonight. But as I mentioned, I will try to either go live or film a video in my garden. Today's Thursday, so it'll have to be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So stay tuned for the take 2 of the garden tour for this garden in particular. Like I said, I did share on Facebook the update for the new garden that we planted, which is on the other side over there. We've got our chickens over on that side, on the other side of this building here. And we got another garden on the other side of the chicken area there. We've got another garden over on that side with a barrier in between the chickens and everything else. Dimensions of the garden looks about 60 or something. This one here, it's a lot more. So I would have to double check, but I want to say it's 60 across and about 150 back. You don't necessarily see how far it goes back, but I want to say it's about 60 across and 50 back. Let me count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each one of those is 8 feet in between, and you've got 8 across. So that's as far as that is wide, but it's significantly further beyond that. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I apologize. Esther's daughter says, something is eating my tomato leaves, but I can't find any wormy things. Do me a favor. Send me an email. and give me pictures. I will try to figure out what might be eating it, and then I can probably help you with that. There's a lot of different things that can be eating your tomatoes, and I probably have one over here. Hang on just a second. Tomato seedlings. This one is looking a little sad because it needs water. But you might be able to see here, that was a worm. It was a little teeny green worm, and it was not a tomato hornworm. It was just a green worm. Wade, I'll try and actually get you I'll try and get you a little better of an idea, but definitely I'll give you a better idea. I'm pretty sure it's about 60 to 70 across, and then about 100 feet goes back. So Inga said look for a green worm as well. I'm looking at bugs here on this tomato plant. And I don't see any caterpillars or worms here, but I definitely recommend looking under them. So you can see under here, there's no worms here, but at one point there were, and I have been picking off by hand worms from this tomato plant. So this is going to be one of the tomatoes that goes into the new garden when I have more space. If you don't follow me on Facebook, I just recently posted, I highly recommend it by the way, but I just recently posted the new garden space. And the new garden space is 99, it's actually 99 feet. We figured it out. So we'll just round it up to 100. It's 100 by 15, and then it's 50 by 15. So Wade says we have 50 by 100 plus countless raised beds and containers. Oh, totally. So do I. We've got containers in a completely other area as well. So there's really no space that I couldn't take over. But see this grass here? I don't really maintain it. I don't really do anything with it. I mow it. I don't mow it. Doc mows it. My husband mows it. And he hates mowing. And I hate that he mows because there's flowers all over it. So we mow as little as humanly possible. But we do like to plant for pollinators. So there is some pollinator activity going on in here that I absolutely love. And he said that he actually asked if we could plant clover so that we don't have a lawn next year. And I was like, oh, yes, absolutely. So that was one of the questions that was mentioned in my Mostly Feral Gardeners group right now. So I might as well mention it to you guys. Somebody asked about replacing their garden with clover. And they said, what's a reputable solution for clover seeds? And I was like, hello, Mary's Heirloom Seeds. So at Mary's Heirloom Seeds, we do offer clover seeds in bulk. We offer a couple different varieties in bulk. So I think it's right now we only offer up to 2 pounds. But I can definitely supply you with significantly more than 2 pounds if you're interested. So if you'd like to turn your lawn or your front yard into a clover field, let me know. Ellen says, lots of stink bugs in your area. That's definitely a possibility. Jolene says we mow very little. Neighbors hate it. That's okay. Join the Mostly Feral Gardeners group. We have clover and pollinators. Hey, Krista, thanks for joining us. Speaking of locals, you're not that far from me either. So it really just depends on what you see in your plants. So I will say this. There might have been another one here. I don't really see it. Sometimes you have what's called flea beetles, but those are going to be teeny tiny holes, not necessarily big chompers. So definitely check it out and definitely look at what you might be dealing with. I'm going to go ahead and, well, I could always hold it. I don't mind. So does anybody else have any questions before I sign off tonight? Like I said, I really apologize that I wasn't able to get, Wade Phelps says, can you get bluebonnets in bulk that doesn't break the bank? Absolutely. All right, so if you are looking for bulk seeds and you don't want to break the bank, send me an email. My email is mary@marysheirloomseeds.com. Yes, there really is a Mary. That's me. And yes, I actually answer your emails. Had lightning. Here comes the thunder. So if you're looking for bulk seeds, reach out. I just recently had someone ask me for green arrow peas. Yes, I can do that. Clover. Yes, I can do that. Timothy grass seeds. Yes, I was able to do it. And if you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if there's something you're looking for that I don't have, ask me. I might have it in my personal seed stash. I am working on several projects, several seed projects that will not be available until 2025, maybe. I have a customer who sent me seeds that have been grown in their family for 80 plus years. Hog legs, you've reached out to me and I've been able to help you with some bulk seeds that didn't break the bank. So yes, I absolutely can. I got a bean that has been in their family for over 80 years. I will be growing that for their seeds. I've got some cowpeas from Florida that a customer sent me that I will be growing as well, that is a family heirloom of theirs. So there's a lot of projects going on at Mary's Heirloom Seeds. If you haven't already, please sign up for my emails. Hey Chad Snyder, thanks for joining me. Esther's daughter, I am so excited. I mean, the projects here on our homestead are never ending, but I do try to help as often as I can. If you didn't see, I drove down to Lovekin, which is about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes probably. And I taught just a little 1 hour chat on growing in the heat in Texas. And I'll have that video loaded up to my YouTube channel because obviously not all of my customers are in Lovekin. So I do want to share that information with you everywhere in the US and outside the US even. We do have some international customers as well. So there's so much available and I'm super excited about it. So sign up for my emails. In the description section of this video, you'll find a link to marysheirloomseeds.com. You'll also, sorry for the lighting too. I'm outside. I'm enjoying it. We got thunder and we got lightning. We got tomato plants. We've got gardens. I will be sharing lots of information in the email. So down there you will find marysheirloomseeds.com. You'll find a link to my comprehensive planting guide, and you'll also find a link to sign up for my emails. If you want to buy some t-shirts and some gear, you'll also find a link to that as well. I've just recently stocked the V-necks for the mostly feral gardeners. That was like super high request. Like everybody wanted a V-neck. So we have a couple more. Kim Anthony says you just learned that heirloom isn't necessarily organic. You're absolutely right. So that's a great question. So heirloom seeds are open pollinated, non-GMO, and non-hybrid. Super, super important. Organic refers to how they are grown. On our farm, we grow what I call beyond organic, which means we don't use even some of the organic pesticides and herbicides that are allowed in certified organic farming. And what you may not realize is if you're buying a certified organic vegetable or fruit from the grocery store, there's a loophole that says that they don't necessarily have to use organic seeds as long as it is non-GMO, and they can't necessarily find it elsewhere. They can use seeds that are not necessarily organic either. So there's always loopholes. We are not a certified organic farm, so you won't find that logo on our packages, but all of our seeds are heirloom, which means that was, Kim says this is why Mary rules. Thank you, I appreciate it. So someone asked me, what does heirloom mean? And heirloom means that it is non-hybrid and non-GMO, which means they haven't necessarily, it means the genetic material is more sound. It means that, let's see, this is a Matt's Wild Cherry Tomato. If I grow this Matt's Wild Cherry Tomato and I use isolation protocols so that I'm not cross-pollinating with another tomato. Ooh, there's a rabbit. Little pest control going on over there. If I harvest tomatoes from this Matt's Wild Cherry and I plant those tomatoes next year, I will have Matt's Wild Cherry tomatoes. Whereas if you grow a hybrid, say you bought a hybrid plant in the store, I just talked about this in my chat in Lovekin. If you buy a hybrid tomato plant and you grow it in your garden and you harvest those seeds, if you plant those seeds, your seeds might be sterile. It's totally possible. Or the seeds that the plants that you grow from those seeds may not be true. Meaning they've taken two types of tomatoes and they've crossed them. But you may grow this tomato or that tomato from the saved seeds. But if I use my Matt's Wild Cherry tomato seeds, I know that next year I'm going to get Matt's Wild Cherry. So that's the great thing about growing heirloom seeds, about growing open pollinated seeds. Open pollinated means that these are pollinated naturally, either by nature or by hand, but not necessarily made in a lab. Super important, right? And if you're going for the sustainable option, an heirloom seed is much more, it's an optimal choice because you don't necessarily have to buy seeds every year. Now, yes, I grow heirloom seeds and I teach, but I also teach people how to grow seeds. So that's super important. Let's see. Kim Anthony. So I totally understand. And I've had people ask me and say, well, why aren't you certified organic? And the bottom line is the amount of paperwork and the amount of funds that go towards that certification is just not something I'm interested. I'm a small time farmer. I'm a small business owner, and I would rather spend my time helping you grow an amazing garden than filling out paperwork. And honestly, that's the honest truth about it. So maybe you want to go with certified organic, or maybe you want to go with something that works for you and that you've already grown and you like. So, sorry, stepping down from my soapbox here. I do get a lot of questions specifically about that information. So yes, I do try to share information. I try not to get on my soapbox, but sometimes I do. Sorry about that. Alrighty, everybody. So I'm Mary at marysheirloomseeds.com. If you have questions, I will answer them. Hoglegs, you have reached out to me and I have answered your questions on multiple occasions. My email is mary@marysheirloomseeds.com. You can send me an email. If you're looking for bulk seeds, check it out. Send me an email. You can also check under our sprout section. I already have quite a few bulk seeds available. Black oil sunflower, clovers, and these birds are getting darn insistent that I get out of their way because I'm literally standing here where their bird feeder is. So I'm gonna go ahead and head in. It's getting a little hazy. It's really humid here. So if you have any questions, please send me an email. I'm always happy to help. Krista says, I appreciate that because I would rather grow healthy plants and know where they come from. Thanks, Mary. Awesome. You guys are so cool. I really appreciate that you join me every week. So I will try to get a full view of my garden when it's not raining, when it's not thunder, when it's not lightning, and I really don't want to risk it tonight. Alrighty, everybody. I'm Mary from Mary's Heirloom Seeds once again, signing off, and happy planting.